Welcome back to Our Montreal. Thomas is away on paternity leave, so we're welcoming in studio with us for our web panel this week, Andrea Stanford. Andrea is a blogger for us here at CBC Montreal and for a Montreal arts blog called Bloody Underrated.
That's right.
Welcome, Andrea.
Thank you.
So very apropos for this week, we have an all-female web panel. So we're talking Girl Geeks.
That's right.
Girl Geeks, now this is a group you can join if you want to learn more about the world of technology and web, right?
That's right. Basically what it is Montreal Girl Geeks is an offshoot of a worldwide organization called Girl Geek Dinners that was founded in London. And they're an organization in Montreal that basically makes tech, skills, and networking accessible to women of all ages and all backgrounds.
So if I don't identify myself as a geek per se, is this something I can still participate in? Is there something of value here for me?
Absolutely. The organization really tries to make itself as accessible as possible. And so what they do is they offer events, monthly events, always free. If they do a workshop, it'll be between $5 and $10. And the events really run the gamut. They'll always have a speaker, and they really run from something that's very basic. If you've heard about blogging, you want to get involved in blogging, this speaker will talk to you about, how to blog, how to, word your blogs and how to get them noticed. They've had a topic called 99 ways to get your app noticed. So they really do have a whole series of different topics that would run from something that would appeal to a more basic technological person to somebody more advanced.
So a lot there depending on your comfort, your range of your skills, what you're looking for, right?
Absolutely.
And you said these events are free typically?
They are free, yeah, they're free. They take place in the evenings, and they really
Oh, that's nice. So that means that after work, if you want to just kind of get involved, you can do that after work. It's not like it cuts into your day.
That's right, exactly. And they really do try to make it as accessible as possible. Now, the executive director, Liesl Barrel, and I spoke, and she said that what she finds in technology is that a lot of the speakers really are authoritative and exclusive, and what they're really trying to do with these speakers are to make them and the topics as accessible as possible and really try to network. Like after the speakers end, there's a networking event, which is, in this industry, it's a lot about networking. So if you go to an event, it's a topic that you're interested in, the speakers and the other people at the event will also be, will be very good resources for you.
Got lots of great opportunities there then to push your knowledge further.
Exactly.
And so how can I participate? What do I need to do? Do I need to sign up?
No, you just pick the event. You can look at what's coming up and what they've had in the past. So this is all of the topics. The artist code, the art of visual storytelling. The next one coming up is later on this month. You can just show up, and you'd sign up and then show up, but it is free. And then you can follow them on Twitter, Montreal Girl Geeks, like their Facebook page, or join their blog just to find out when the next events are happening.
Nice. So something else we're looking at in Montreal here is our crowdfunding project of the week as well. It's a little bit of an unusual, a unique project. Let me get this straight. So the McGill Quidditch team is looking to raise funds to be able to go to the Quidditch World Cup.
That's right. The Quidditch World Cup takes place next April in Myrtle Beach. What's Quidditch?
What is Quidditch?
Quidditch is, if you've read Harry Potter, if you've seen the movies, it's the sport that they play at Hogwarts, the school that they go to. They fly around on brooms, and the goal is to, get a ball through one of the 3 hoops. Now, obviously, these are
it's a real
people.
Sport.
Well, it's a sport in Harry Potter where they fly around on brooms. Now, obviously, they don't fly around on brooms when they play it at McGill, but they have to have, as you'll see, they have to have a broom between their legs when they play at all times.
So it's a pretty physical sport too, from what I understand.
It's kind of a combination of lacrosse, tag, rugby. It's quite physical.
And so they've already made their goal, from what I understand. They've made their goal in the first 48 hours.
That's right. Their goal was $1,200, and they made it within 48 hours. So I believe they have reached goals. Now they're trying to get a little bit more, possibly to have the entire trip funded. Now they had these guys are ranked 15th in the world in the international.
That's no joke.
These guys are serious, okay? And they didn't get to go last year, so they really want to go this year. They've got a lot of incentives for you to give. As you can see, $5 gets you a Twitter, Facebook shout out. If you keep going, you'll see that you can get serenaded and a scarf, hand knit scarf with the Harry Potter colors, and there's also a handmade wand.
Yeah, what I like about this is they've really tailored the perks that you get if you donate to Harry Potter. So there's a lot of neat little fun things that you wouldn't really get otherwise.
That's right, and obviously Indiegogo, an odd place to be, crowdfunding for.
Yeah, you know, what I find interesting is that you don't see on Indiegogo a lot of sports teams, many sports teams that are trying to raise money for, you know, tournaments, because they usually go to businesses or local, you know, institutions or whatever.
That's
but something like Quidditch, you can't really go to a business and say, hey, I'm from the McGill Quidditch team, can I have some money? Most people will be like, oh, what's Quidditch?
So which is why I guess maybe it's done so well on Indiegogo. A lot of people are online, a lot of people like interested in this type of, you know, it's a sport, but it's also based on, you know, a pretty popular series of books.
So if Quidditch isn't your thing, which for many people maybe it might not be, we have here in Montreal, we've been running for the last 2 weeks a series called Stay or Go. This series, it's been looking at basically the reasons why we as Quebecers choose to either stay in the province or leave the province, right? So we're throwing a live interactive event that the public can take part in. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a Google Hangout. If you've never done a Google Hangout before, basically it's akin to Skype. Deborah Arbeck, so you can see this is a Google Hangout. For our event on March 13th, Deborah Arbeck will be the moderator, and then we'll have a series of guest panelists who will be under here. Now we've got Andy Nolman, from Just for Laughs. We've got Heather O'Neill, the author of Lullabies for Little Criminals.
And Natalia Yanchuk as well from the indie Montreal band The Deers.
That's right, and those are Montrealers who have decided that they're going to dig in their heels and stay.
Stick it out.
Stick it out. And so basically Deborah's going to be talking. The public can also go online. This will be what it looks like when you go. This will be Deborah. You log on to cbc.ca/Montreal, and then you can just start chatting and give your opinion and why you're going or why you're staying.
And we're looking for people to give us their stories, share their stories of why they're going or staying. And even if they have comments or questions, right, for the panelists, they can throw them out, and our Deborah will pick them up and
absolutely,
ask them, right?
And read them out loud, or opinions to share with somebody in particular who's on the panel. Absolutely, and as we've seen in the last 2 weeks of this series, people really do have a lot of strong opinions about staying or going.
Yeah, a lot of good reaction on social media on the series, on the Stay or Go series and the CBC Ecos poll that we commissioned.
Yeah.
Any highlights that stood out?
Well, it's just like just how divided and how passionate people are to either, you know, tell us, no, I'm out of here, I'm leaving. We had somebody who was leaving after on Daybreak. They wrote into Daybreak, our morning show, to say, after 73 years here in Montreal, I'm going. And then we've had somebody else say, no, I really think that we should stay. I want to fight. Montreal is beautiful, so diverse, et cetera, et cetera.
So a very polarizing push-pull kind of situation
Yeah,
here.
very interesting. Will be very interesting to see what people have to say on the 13th.
On March 13th, and it is in the evening, right?
6:30 p.m.
Perfect. I'll be looking forward to being a part of this as
Same,
well.
yeah.
And you can catch, obviously, everyone can catch highlights from the series as well on cbc.ca/Montreal, right? The Stay or Go series, all the highlights, all the findings from our poll, and everything is all up there.
Exactly. It's all there. Just cbc.ca, Stay or Go. There's a whole repertoire of things that you can look at.
Thank you very much, Andrea, for
Thank
being here.
you.
So if you have any questions or any comments or any projects that you'd like to see highlighted here on the web panel for Our Montreal, you can always contact us by Twitter, or you can email us at ourmontreal@cbc.ca. And now here's a look at how Canada Reads, CBC's Battle of the Books, unfolded, and which book came out on top.